Welcome back to SAP Learning Studio, Decoding Finance and Controlling. Today we'll learn about one SAP common error. GL account requires a valid tax code. You can see this particular error is in the red. That means we cannot skip this error. There are two ways by which we can resolve this error. The first one is we can enter a valid tax code in the this particular field, which is tax code field. In this particular field, that which is tax code field, or else we can make this field tax code field as optional. So the setting the field from where the tax code field is mandatory and optional is controlled from GL account master. So we'll copy this GL account first and we will go to T code FS00, enter select your company code and search for the GL account. Go to control data. There are two fields over here. One is the tax category and posting without tax allowed. When you activate this particular checkbox, posting without tax allowed, system allows a entry to be posted without entering a tax code. But when you don't select this particular checkbox, posting without tax allowed, then system will ask you to enter a tax code. In such case, you need to discuss with your client and decide and take a decision on whether the entry without a tax code or with a tax code are only allowed or both entry can be allowed. So now we will make the change and will allow the entries without tax code. Go to change mode, select this checkbox and save it. Now I will try to post the same entry again. I am not going to enter any tax code in this particular field. Have you observed at the bottom? The same message now turn into an warning message. Simulate and post. Document has been posted successfully. I will open the document and you can see no tax code has been selected. You can observe that no tax code has been entered for this particular line item. Now we'll make the tax field mandatory again. Posting without tax allowed checkbox has been removed and I will try to post same entry again. Can you observe at the bottom? Now that warning message has been turned into an error message. So I will select a tax code from the available list. I will select standard rate of 10% VAT input tax, and I will simulate the entry. See, have you observed that the system has not calculated any tax because I need to tell the system that you need to calculate a tax automatically. For this, we have one particular checkbox, calculate tax. So 10% on 1000 comes to 100. So my invoice value has become 1100, and I will simulate it. See, now the system has calculated 10% of tax onto the you can since it's a test system, you can ignore the description. 10% tax on 10% tax on 1000, which is 100, and my invoice value has now become 1100. I will save this. There is one more way by which we can enter the tax amount manually. For that, since the tax code is not selected, system has given me entry. I will select the tax code, but I will not click on calculate tax. I will go to tax tab and I will enter the manual value over. Let's assume 120 is the manual tax for this. Now I will simulate it. System gives me the warning that as per the tax rate calculation it is 100, but we have entered manually 120. We can skip this warning, we can go ahead. So the same tax code now has calculated or accepted the value 120 because we have manually entered it. Go to tax tab again and see when I click this see now I can enter the tax amount manually over here. But when I select a calculate tax with its automatic calculation by the system, this manual I cannot enter any manual tax amount in the field. So I will calculate for one entry. We will select the manual tax. Everything is fine. Simulate. Ignore the warning. Save the entry. Now we can view the document. We have tax line plus we have expense line. In this expense line, you can see that tax code is visible V1. With these two ways, you can resolve this error. You need to discuss with the client whether the entries without the tax are allowed or not. If it is allowed, you can activate that posting without tax code allowed checkbox in the user master, or you need to enter the valid tax code. Let's take an example, your 100 entries with tax and there is you need to post one entry without tax. Then in such case you can select a zero rate tax code and you can enter the document. You don't need to activate that post without tax for a single document. You can select the zero tax rate tax code and you can post the document. System will not stop you. If you like my videos, then like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.